What was like the initial introduction to music? Like, I'm gonna do this, I wanna make music. Like, when did it click for you way before all of that?
One of my earliest memories is my sister. My sister used to like write raps, and we had this boombox, and she would like. My dad always burned CDs, so we'd be listening like
We used
Knock
to
If
do
You
that,
Buck,
too.
and we used to just write raps. She'd be like, write a rap with me.
Right.
We'd rap it to my mom and my cousin in the kitchen. And I think, from that I just got an affinity for writing. And I used to just always keep a notebook. I would always be writing. I'd be in class writing.
Right.
Like I couldn't escape it. I just really enjoyed to write at that time. And then I found Lil Wayne. One of the homies put me on Wayne, and it was like bars. I used to have a notebook, just bars.
Right.
I never knew how to write songs then. I just knew how to write punchline.
Punchlines.
Yep, and I just really grew like a love for writing. When I finally was able to write songs about my life, it opened my entire world up because I was like, oh, I've been using it wrong.
Right.
Like, I was just writing punchline. I didn't know that I could like express myself and share what I'm feeling. That changed everything for me.
What was your introduction to Wayne?
Man, that's tough.
Mine was Back That Ass Up. 9-9.
Oh yeah, of course. But that's the so there's two introductions to Wayne.
Yeah.
There's an introduction to Wayne that's through culture and your parents that you have no merit in.
Right.
And then there's an introduction when you get to like dive. And mine's I think it was like the Drought 2. I remember specifically, what was the damn song? It was something on the Drought 2. My partner had an iPod. He was like one of the first people I knew with a laptop and an iPod, and he just was like, listen to this. And that was like my reintroduction to like, man, dedication mixtapes, the Droughts. Like I just got immersed.
No ceilings.
Man, this was pre No Ceilings.
Yeah.
I mean, the Carter
Carter
1 and Carter 2 were amazing.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I think that was like my
Like Father, Like
reintroduction.
Son, the Birdman album is kind of amazing. Too,
I'm glad
actually.
we're like positively talking about Lil Wayne because our last guest shat on Lil Wayne so hard.
Man,
I take Wayne
RX
slander
yeah.
personal. Like
I love Wayne so much, but I understand how someone could be like, man, this isn't the Wayne that like I remember.
Right.
You know?
No, but he was saying, let me tell you what happened. He was saying that he hated him whole career. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
You know what?
I
I
had
was
to
so
ask
confused.
him.
But
I said,
let
was it
it-
old Wayne or new Wayne? He like all of Wayne.
Hilarious.
Fuck Wayne.
yeah,
There's a lot of things he said.
he said a lot. We won't.
He
repeat
said a
them
lot.
all.
We won't
Yeah,
repeat
Who was it?
RX
RX nephew.
Hey,
I don't even
he
know.
has his own truth.
Yeah,
I gotta
He
respect
was.
it.
He had a
Yeah.
conviction.
yeah,
He had a
you
You know,
conviction, so I was like,
I had a moment in my journey where I had grew a disdain for Wayne just because I started listening to everything. Like I started maturing as a human, and I'm like, damn, this nigga wasn't talking about nothing for a long time. And
I
like,
think that's
you.
what
Yeah, I
his
thought
argument
about that.
was.
He-
like
Yeah.
as someone who like grew up in these communities
Right.
and grew up with homies who I seen want to be bloods because they following Wayne and want to be gangster and want to shoot all the gun bar and shit.
Right.
Like I've seen the negative that he contributed to the community, and I had to look like, man, what are the songs where he really talked about something and gave? And out of 1,000-song catalog, it's minute on this end.
It's like Georgia Bush.
And
Right.
that do bother me. Man, Tie My Hands.
That's
One
what
of
I
the
was
greatest
going to say.
records
Tie
ever.
My Hands
Right?
is the only one
and
I
that,
could think of.
and that's the thing. It's like if I hug you once, but I slap the shit out you 1,000 times, your affinity for me is going. You're probably gonna remember me for
Right.
this. And a lot of people don't. As I mature, a lot of my old favorite artists, I'm now like, damn.
yeah.
Like I love you because I learned how to rap to you, but when you look at the contribution, it's like, man. But he was also a kid.
Yeah,
Wayne
this
was
is
a
true.
kid.
yeah,
He was like 14, 15 when he came
Man, a
out.
kid.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I interviewed him a couple times, and he basically, what I would try to like ask him kind of like a more deep thing, and he would just be like, "I don't know shit." You know what I mean? Like he was honest about it. Like because think about it, he was dropped out of school at 13 years
Yes.
old. Like,
Right.
You're just like,
And he was adopted by gangsters,
Yeah.
indoctrinated to a whole
Adopted
system.
by the
who-
projects. Yeah.
It was like he gave everything he could, and I love Wayne. He gave everything he could,
Yeah.
and he contributed so much to the culture. You feel me?
Yeah,
Facts.
for sure.
But elaborate more on like Good Company. Just like when did you decide like, okay, this is gonna be my brand. I'm gonna run with this. This is gonna be the foundation to everything.
I think like 2016 was my first like imprint of like okay, this is what I'm doing. All throughout my life, middle school, high school, I've always been really brand savvy. Like I always had groups and cliques and rap groups, and like I was always that. I was like the leader of the pack with that. And Good Company was just like, you know, one of my reinvention periods where I'm like, man, what is this next era of my creations going to be? And I was shooting music videos then and working with a lot of different artists. And Good Company was just like something that popped in my head. And I used to penny because, you know, pennies is like undervalued. You know, I was thinking then like, man, when you walk in, if you walk past $1, you'll stop and pick it up. But if you walk past a penny, you just keep going. But if you picked up every penny you've walked past in your life, who knows how many, you know, how many pennies you would have, how much money you would have, right? And Good Company kind of stuck with me, and I've just been building it since then. It's been through so many iterations of different people and different ideas, but it was always for me to just like build the community that I wanted to exist in.
Right.
How did you go from just being kind of like an aspiring artist to kind of building the level of community that you have? You know, I assume it started in Vallejo, but what were the
I
steps
just
you took?
start doing it. I literally just start doing it. I'd start making more music and releasing more music and throwing more shows, and as many like I didn't wait until it happened to start making it happen. You know, I wasn't one of those artists who like, I'm gonna wait till somebody book me and then I'm gonna wait for this. I started making everything happen. When 20 people wanted to see me, I was performing for 20 people.
Yeah, I was gonna say, were there a lot of shows where like only 10, 15 people came?
Tons. I've done enough shows for only 10, 15 people to fill a stadium. You know, like tons. I never waited until my moment, you know, because I really didn't get my moment. I had to make it for myself.
What's a moment that you like felt like you arrived?
Just now, before I came here, I was just talking to Jay-Z for 2 hours in
Congrats
person
on that.
with all my niggas who came up with, who I you know empowered to get here, and we chopped it up and laughed and talked about, hey, this deal was, hey, you know, this is why I did, like real, genuine, like the most human conversations, and we hugged and we like, it's like, damn.
Wow.
You never imagine getting to that point. Not as a little black boy from Vallejo. And I got to share that with other niggas who came from cities that you don't know these places.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, but we in Jay-Z spot, chilling.
Wow. So you turned down the 500,000?
I took both.
That's what I always said I would do. Both.
That's hard.
If you worth it, you get both.
There you go. That's dope.
Where do you feel like your sense of self and your sense of confidence comes from? Like, you're very confident. It resonates on you. You're very sure of yourself. And a lot of people who are starting off independently and kind of trying to brand build and build themselves aren't sure like that. So